Hey y'all, I'm Morgan Smith, and today we're learning about present and future value, a principle in economics that has to do with finance, which is a subset of econ. So, before we learn about present and future value, we have to understand something called the foundation formula, which is 1 plus r to the power of n, where r equals the risk rate and n equals the time period. This is because finance is all about time and risk. Now, present value is the value of a future amount expressed in today's dollars, whose formula is future value divided by the foundation formula of 1 plus r to the power of n, where future value is the value of an asset at a specific date, whose formula is amount today times the foundation formula 1 plus r to the power of n. While these formulas look similar, it's important to note that future value is multiplication, while present value is division. Also, interestingly, present value cannot be done without future value, and future value cannot be done without present value. Looking at these side by side, present value is discounting or dividing, and future value is compounding and multiplying. An important thing in economics is that you practice. So let's put our theoretical understanding of present value and future value and practice it. Riker is promising to give you $700 in 2027. At your discount rate of 6%, what is the present value of the promise? So to start, our present value formula is future value divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Our future value is given to us, and it's $700. That's what's being promised in the future. Our time, or our n, is 2027 minus 2017, giving us 10 years. Our risk factor, our hour, is 6%, so it's 0.06. So we find our factor first, and that is 1 plus 0.06 to the power of 10, giving us a factor of 1.79. Next, we remember that present value is division. So we have to divide our factor and our future value, which is 700. So we plug in those numbers, 700 divided by 1.79, and we get a present value of $391.06. Now, a way to check our work is to use the future value formula of present value times 1 plus r to the power of n. So we just plug in this number and our factor. We say $391.06 times 1.79, and we come up with $700. So we know we're correct. Next is a future value problem. You invest $13,000 today in a company that grows at 17% a year. What will your future value be? Well, we just went over our future value formula, but again, it's present value times 1 plus r to the power of n. So our present value equals $13,000. Our time, is 8 years. And our risk, or r, is 0.17 because it's 17%. So we find our factor, plug in our numbers, 1 plus 0.17 times 8, and we come up with a factor of 3.51. Then remember our future value is multiplication, and we plug in our numbers. So we take our present value of $13,000, multiply it by 3.51, and we come out with a future value of 45,630. Just as we checked our last problem, we can check our future value problem using our present value formula of future value divided by 1 plus r to the n. So we just take our future value of $45,630. We divide it by 3.51, our factor, and we come out with $13,000. So we know we're correct. As a quick review over what we just learned, our foundation formula is the basis of present value and future value. Our foundation formula is 1 plus r to the power of n, because finance is all about risk and time, where 1 plus r to the power of n, r is risk and n is time. Our present value measures the value of a future amount expressed in today's dollars. It's also known as discounting, and the formula is future value divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Our future value is the value of an asset at a specific date, and it's compounding. So our formula is present value times 1 plus r to the power of n. Remember that the main difference between this is division and multiplication. Multiplication goes with present value times our factor, and present value is future value divided by our factor. So these are derived from the foundation formula. As well, you can use present value and future value to check each other, so you know that your future value equation was correct and your present value equation was correct.